Lessons Museum Past 1. Are you at many museums in your hometown? Yes, absolutely. Hanoi has many historical museums. Um, display exhibits many historical artifacts uh, during the war and during the uh, feudal periods of Vietnam. I hope that in the future, uh, Vietnam has many uh, natural history museum and science museum to broaden visit horizon. Do you think museums are useful for visitors to hometown or country? Yes, absolutely. Uh, museums play uh, a vital role in broadening visitor horizon. For example, when I go to the museum, I the arrangements of historical history museum uh, immerses me the hardship and sacrifice that my predecessor had to undergo. For after that trip, I feel treasured a current day. Have you ever to a historical museum? Yes, of course. When I was a student at primary school, I went to Hanoi Museum. I was amazing because this place is beautiful and large. I really keen on display. Um, Hanoi Museum breeders historical artifact um, during the development of Hanoi. After that trip, I more understand about the developments of Hanoi capital. Do you often visit a museum? I don't think so. Um, I have not been to go to the museum since secondary school because I constantly after my years in study and work, so I uh, have not time to go to the museum. Although I really keen on go there. Did you go any museum when you was a child? Well, as I said before, I um, I go to went to the museum when I was a student of primary school. Um, my school, my primary school, organize student to go to the museum one or two a year. I really keen on this activity because I think um, I like um, going to the uh, learning in learning history in a museum is much more interesting than learning on book. When the last time you visited a museum. Well, as I said before, um, quite a while. Um, when I worked at primary school, I my school organized student one or time uh, years. Lastly, I have not been to go to the museum since secondary school because I constantly up to my ears in study and work, so not I'm not staying a chain to go to the museum, although I really like this activity. Do you think it's suitable for museum to sell things to visitors? Yes, of course. I think after going to the museum, each visitor wants to purchase some souvenir, which later they can record them about visits. Also, selling thing have museum um, have more revenues to serve the process of uh, remain, remaining and restoring. Do you people in your country enjoy visiting historical places? Uh, to be honest, I don't think so. Um, Many people visit museum to broaden their horizon. Um, Also, old some old soldiers visit there to recall the hardship and sacrifice that uh, they and they with teammates has to undergo during the war. How important is to protect historical place? I think uh, preserving and restoring uh, is as play uh, important role uh, um, because um, uh, uh, museum can record visits and local people the sacrifice and hardship that predecessors has to undergo. Um, Moreover, the this is a kind of tourist attraction of country to attract visits from all over the world. How can people protect? How can people protect their local historical place? Um, there's many ways to protect their local history place. Um, firstly, um, we can raise everyone's awareness of protest through using type of medias like social medias uh, television or newspaper. Um, Secondly, we can participate in a volunteer club to preserve our committing historical place. Or thirdly, uh, when um, when traveling, we need to respect local culture and custom and avoid damaging the site. Do you think history can learn dirt in a museum? Yes, absolutely. I think instead of learning on book, uh, we can learning history through going the museum because in the museum we they has many historical if uh, artifacts. Um, they are vivid and realistic uh, to learn to student learn. For example, when I go to the museum, the arrangements of historical artifacts vivid imagines me the hardship and sacrifice um, my predecessors, that's my predecessor had to undergo. Uh, After that shift, I feel treasures the current day. Why do choose? Why do many children these days dislike museum? I think there's many reasons. Uh, Children dislike museum. Firstly, nowadays there are many uh, amusement parks like cinema, um, zoo, or supermarkets. So, uh, children like get them than museum. Secondly, museum is currently uh, old-fashioned in tradition um, bars. When uh, I go there, I just walk around and view, uh, but I uh, don't allow. I I am not allowed to touch uh, historical artifact. So that's why I think children has uh, go to the museum.